Welcome everybody, Coach Rogers Veen here. Welcome to another part of our interview series here at the Career Coach Talk Show. We have another wonderful guest that I cannot wait to introduce you guys to. Her name is Angela SHAKTI Sparks. Now, Angela is a transformation coach and an NLP practitioner. She is from Iowa, grew up in San Antonio, but now she is located in Austin, Texas. She is passionate about evidence-based holistic methods of overcoming chronic health conditions, cultivating emotional resilience, and empowering people to evolve their health and life overall. Angela has a proven system for helping people who are really stuck, overwhelmed, or plateaued in many personal and professional areas. Angela's mission is to inspire women to remember and activate their true power, to reclaim their health and wholeness, and to create an exuberant, joyful, and fulfilling life. It is my pleasure here as the host of this show to bring to you the awesome, the wonderful, and my fellow NLP practitioner, Miss Angela Sparks. Well. Hello, Angela. How are you?
Hello, Rogers. How are you doing?
Doing great, doing great. Good to see you yet again.
Likewise. Thank you.
Awesome. So here at Career Coach Talk, we like to jump right into it. I've already given people your introduction, told them who you are, told them what you're about, told them some of the amazing skills and the mission and things that you're passionate about. So we're just gonna jump in this thing with two feet. You're good with that?
All right. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
All
I'm
right,
ready.
awesome. So first question. So what, let's talk about what you do for a living. Let's talk about this awesome service that you provided out here to the people. Tell us about your secret to your success. We're all dealing with today's new normal. We're all dealing with, lifestyle that has kind of reshifted the world. So tell us about how you are managing yourself and your business in this time right now.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. So there's two things that I would say have been really helpful this year, but also these are really things that I think are good to do at any time. And one of those is that anytime you're in a place in your business where you kind of like come up against a wall, a really good practice for that is to come to a place of acceptance and gratitude. So, you may be in that moment, not in a place, it's like you want something different, but you don't have it. And so coming to this place of like, okay, taking a breath, I accept where I am, and then really having gratitude for whatever it is up to that point, so like I'm grateful for this. So like say right now we're in COVID, right? So, and actually I think a lot of people are coming up against, like we've had to take this reset and there's a lot of fear and uncertainty. So it's like, how do you move past that? Okay, one of it, like accepting where we are, and then having gratitude for whatever it is in your life, like this time to reset, this time to pause, this time to reflect, and then really from that place of gratitude, like really, and you got to really feel into it. You can't just think it in your head. You have to really feel into the gratitude, and that's where it opens up the possibilities and you start to see things that are possible. And then also when you have gratitude, I feel like that really opens, the universe starts to present things to you as well. It'll present those solutions.
Let
And
me
so,
kind of jump in here a little bit
yeah.
because we're both fellow NLP practitioners, and you used a very powerful word that I really want to kind of put a point on. You talk about gratitude, and some people may find it easy to kick that out, like okay, what am I great grateful for right now? But
Mhm.
it is a truly powerful mindset to begin to use because, like you literally just alluded to, it starts to open up portals of information and opportunities from within, and that energy gets projected out, and next thing you know, your life starts to go into a whole nother positive direction. So what is something that people can use to start to tap into that gratitude mindset?
Yeah. Excellent question. So yeah, one of the ways, and then again, this is an NLP tool that we do, but anytime you start to get into that anxiety or uncertainty, first come to your breath. So take some slow, deep breaths, because when we're anxious and, that like the chest gets tight, everything gets very constricted and kind of, and so to, like bring your focus up from this internal focus and really expand your awareness out and just start to take some deep breaths. And then, it starts with a thought. Think about something you're grateful for. But again, as I was saying, you have to bring it into the body. So as you're thinking about the things that you're grateful for, with your next breath, start to breathe it into your body and really let yourself feel that gratitude. And it's a practice. You have to take the time to do it, and you have to sit with that gratitude to really let it, and do it a couple times a day. But when you do, it's an easy practice. It only takes a few minutes. And if you're doing that several times throughout the day, then you'll start to see it take effect.
Right, because for me, for example, because sometimes 'cause we all deal with this stuff, no matter how high up or how not so high wherever it may be in life or in profession. So like one of the things that I do is like I think about I am covered today. I have clothes today. I have good food today. I've laughed today. So I focus on kind of being present. Saying, having that mindfulness type thing going on. And that allows me to create the thought process of being in gratitude. And then, like you said, you're talking about bringing people in peripheral and kind of taking those deeper breaths and bringing in a different type of energy.
Yes. Yeah. And I like it. Laughter is a good one too. If it takes some laughter to get that gratitude feeling in your body, that's another tool too. Put on some music that you enjoy, dance around, whatever it takes to shift you out of that negative energy or that constricted energy, so there's other options to get to that gratitude. Yeah, whatever it takes.
Yeah, like on the TV show Grey's Anatomy, they dance it out on Grey's Anatomy on that TV show.
Yeah, that's a great way to shift your energy. Absolutely. Make it fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So my next question to you is, do you believe from your standpoint that people can still be successful in today's climate? Like, do you believe that people truly can, achieve the things that they want for themselves in today's climate?
Absolutely. In fact, I know several people personally who are doing better now than they were before. So it's absolutely possible. And another thing that I think about sometimes too, is look at all the people there's teenagers making millions of dollars. There's people in their 20s making millions of dollars doing things that I would never have thought that you could make that much money off of. So, I think we definitely have to think differently and be creative and be open to different ways of looking at things and doing things and different ways of being. But absolutely, I think we have to get creative and open ourselves up to new possibilities. But it's definitely possible.
Cool. So some of the clients that you work with, I know you work with several people, and you get new and new clients every week, which is awesome. Congratulations for that. So what are some of the most common mistakes you're noticing that your clients are making, as you onboard them into your practice?
And this is probably because of the time we're in with the COVID situation, but a lot of people are in anxiety and overwhelm and stress. And really the biggest word that I hear all the time is uncertainty. I don't know what's next. I don't know what to do next. I wish things would go back to the way they were. I don't. I think we needed a change. This isn't, the most fun way to make that change, but there's a lot of uncertainty and wanting to go back to the past. And I think that's where people are falling into that trap, because the past, sometimes we have there's the comfort of the past, mostly because it's what we know. But the other thing that I'm finding with just about everybody is that really they weren't that fulfilled in the past. They had a lot of that.
And we over romanticize a past that we were just used to, not that we were happy with.
Yep.
Mhm.
And so I think that that's one of the huge opportunities, and it's what I'm helping people through, is break free of your past. Why don't you let all that stuff go and create a future that is joyful, that is more fun, that does have more clarity? Because it's possible, but it's not going to happen if you're trying to hold on to the past and stay in that, just in that comfort zone.
You're making me think right now because I'm thinking about time itself. Time doesn't sit still. So I'm thinking about if time literally doesn't sit still itself, then why would we at all, if time isn't made for to get to one state and then stay there, then that means all of creation is not made to stay in any one particular place or state. It's intended to keep moving forward. So,
Mm-hmm.
if that's the base rule of the universe, is that time moves things forward into you becoming something slightly different, slightly more expanded, whatever the case is, then why
Mm-hmm.
would you over romanticize one frozen part of time because you're not even made to stay there?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Great point. And in fact, that's what a little side note here. So I like to say, like, my business is We Evolved, like we are evolving together.
Hmm.
And absolutely, if you're not growing, you're dying, technically, is one thing I've heard. But yeah, like, life is always changing, and so why not keep evolving and moving forward? Because if you don't, you do get stagnant, and that's where you'll start to find that you're not as fulfilled and
Yeah,
you're not
exactly.
as happy. And yeah,
Stagnant. If you look at the definition of stagnant, who wants to drink stagnant water? Who wants to be around food that has been stagnant? And because like you said, it begins to decay. And if it's not moving, if it's not being active, then like you say, it starts the process of dying. Whether it be
yep.
slow or quick. So that's a very good point.
Hmm.
My next question for you is like, how has COVID overall, because it has affected us all, how has it affected you and your business and your interaction with your own family and friends?
Yeah, so um, it's actually been a blessing
Hmm.
because it really made me slow down and take a reset. And from people I've talked to and also my clients, I'm hearing that from a lot of people. I think a lot of us were really like, go, 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 and just really trudging forward in our life, but not necessarily from that place of joy and fulfillment. And so it really made us all pause. And for part of that is, more time with family and loved ones. Now, I have compassion for people who are not in good home situations, because I know that isn't necessarily a blessing for them. But for me, it was a blessing to get to spend time with my husband and also to reflect personally
Mhm.
on where I was doing things in my life that weren't fulfilling and weren't serving my purpose.
And I think a lot of us have, kind of by default, forced us to kind of look at our lives in this point because, like you say, it slowed down. A lot of the detractors, a lot of the distractions kind of faded away, because we literally could not engage those things. And now you kind of look at, okay, shoot, where am I? Who am I interacting with? What's actually happening around me. So that's a very good point.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so
Yeah.
with that, is there any talk to us about a significant thing that you've learned in whether it was during this time here, or was there like a huge turning point to where you start to your mind start to open up and understand life differently that impacted you to move into a more positive and more fulfilled direction?
Um, I think one of the biggest things that I've learned through this is to is boundaries, actually.
Hmm.
What's coming to mind. Um, Boundaries about what I need, and also, sometimes I think people get caught up in doing things that they think they should, whether that's to please other people or because they, um, maybe it's what they were brought up taught to believe by society or teachers. So, we have a lot of like, you should be doing this, a lot of shoulds in our life. And with that reset and really looking at my my life and what my purpose is like, that your purpose is for you. So what is your purpose? And then where do you need to establish some boundaries around that to make that happen? Because when you establish those boundaries, you're actually not only serving yourself, but you're serving other people better, because then you can show up more authentically and more in your power.
Mm-hmm.
Versus, if you don't have that and you're just doing things to please people, because you're never going to please other people. If you're doing things just to please them, it's like, it's never going to be enough.
No, never.
So, so be true to yourself and put those boundaries up and make sure and take care of you so you can show up.
Yeah, kind of piggybacking off of that great point is that, like, for example, I tend to learn to not take it too much input from people who are not in a place where I'm trying to get to,
Yeah.
And I call it, I think some people call it a consider the source. Like, I'm not going to take money advice from somebody who's always in bankruptcy. That's not the best person to obviously talk to. It's easy to apply that when you talk about money and external things, but it was about our own internal currency, our feelings, how we should feel about things, how we should see things. That's our mental currency. And why would we listen to somebody who's always on the negative or hasn't progressed in life in an area that we want to as well? So that we shouldn't listen to those counselors, and their opinions when it comes to that. And that's a good place to set up one of those boundaries that you mentioned.
Absolutely. Yes. And I love all of that you just said. Yes.
Awesome. So
thank you for adding that. Those are great points. Mm-hmm.
What are some things you're doing with your business right now to position yourself for success over the next 6 to 12 months?
Yeah. So one of the best things that I did for my own business was to actually hire a coach myself. So I am a coach, and I also absolutely believe in coaching. And I really think that you can get places a lot faster. Well, I know you can, because I've seen it, not only with myself, but with other people. I spent the past couple years doing it all myself. And, when I'd get stuck, there was nobody there to help push me through those sticky points and get me over the hump. And within weeks, within maybe even days probably of hiring a coach myself, I started to see progress, and the traction that I've made and the growth has just been really exponential. So, I coach, and I absolutely believe in coaching. And I think, everybody should have either some sort of coach or mentor, or, somebody to help them, somebody they can turn to help them keep that forward momentum going, and you'll make more progress a lot faster.
I can't express enough how important this is, not for the people out there that we wanted to bring on as clients. Saying I'm a career coach. I focus on the career professional lifestyle. You're the transformation coach. So we're helping people in different areas. But for those of you guys who don't have a coach, please, it's extremely important for you to get that. And the reason why we as coaches know that is because Angela invests in herself for coaches to help her do what she do. I have invested in coaches to help me doing what I do as well. And since we're not just, what's that old commercial? I'm not, just the salesperson. I'm also a client,
Yes.
that is extremely true. Matter of fact, if you have a coach out there that does not have a coach and does not work with coaches to help them, that's not a coach you need.
I would not hire them. Nope.
Exactly. So
I will only hire a coach, or actually, and like you said earlier, somebody who's been there and done it. What I coach people on, I've been through myself. Mm-hmm. It's what I've come through and successfully come through. That's who I help. I don't just help everything with everybody. I can't. I'm not going to help people with things that I don't have personal expertise and experience in, and I wouldn't hire anybody else that hasn't either.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we learned, we talk about some stuff. We can actually keep going, about a lot of this stuff. We kind of ping pong off each other. So I'm gonna kind of pause and give you an opportunity to tell people more about you, tell about Revolve and your business, and how to reach out and contact you.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Rogers. Yeah, so I do primarily work with women and mompreneurs, as I like to call them. Um, I do work with men too. Actually, I have a client right now who's doing a full breakthrough, so I don't exclude the men. I just happen to be drawn to working with women. But I work with women who are feeling that anxiety, that overwhelm, or feeling stuck or plateaued in their health, their business, or their life. And again, these are areas that I have broken through. I used to deal with a lot of chronic health conditions for many, many years. And that's where all the holistic practices that I use has come in, is just years and years of working with different methods and trial and error, and working with energy medicine, and then, coaching. And so now I help people break through. So really, I found that, whether it is their business or their health, if you can clear out the emotional wounds and the emotional trauma from the past and build emotional resilience to move forward and move forward, it also brings clarity, then that creates success. And I find this true, again, for myself and my clients, that it really transfers out to all areas of your life when you clear those things out and make way for the new. And I have a fibromyalgia client who, we were working a lot with that, but it started showing up in her relationships. She doesn't have the fibromyalgia pain very much. If she does now, she has tools to work with that. And she's starting a new business because once she cleared all that stuff out that was weighing her down, it's like her world opened up. And she called me all excited one day. It was like a few days after we had our session. And she was like, "Oh my God, Angela, I just saw my family and the relationships. They were asking me what I've been doing. They saw the change in me." And she said, "And I just have all these ideas coming to me, and I'm so excited. I have this new business idea." And she started telling me about it, and she was so excited. And so I love that. That is what is so fulfilling about all of this, is when
Those aha moments when they get it, like, oh my God, I get it.
Yes, when I take people through that process and then I see what opens up for them. So, I love helping people work through their stuff and come out on the other side with more clarity and joy. I just love it.
That's right.
That's right.
Okay, so where can people reach you? What's your website?
Yes, and so this will be posted. So if you it's kind of a long name, but it's AngelaShaktiSparks.com.
Okay.
And then you can also find me on Facebook at Shakti Sparks Coaching. And I'm on Instagram just as my name, also Angela Shakti Sparks. And I'd love to, if anybody wants to, I do complimentary discovery calls where you'll get a little bit of laser coaching right away, and also a little insight to what's going on. And that's a complimentary call just to connect. So if anybody is interested, just reach out, and I'd love to connect with you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. And this is a question that we end off with all of our guests that come on the show. If you was to leave someone with a lasting a particular thought or a message, what would you like to leave the Career Coach Talk audience with today?
Yes. I would say be true to you. I think if nothing else, everything that's going on in the world right now is really a wake-up call for you to take a look and see, am I doing what I love? Am I doing what brings me joy? And if you're not, then, stop wasting time doing what you don't love and what you don't enjoy. There's a Rumi quote that is, let the beauty of what you love be what you do. And it took me a long time to actually live into this quote. It's been on my refrigerator forever, and I've always believed it. I'm always like, okay, yeah, do what you love. I didn't always know what that meant or how to get there. But, I just kept holding that vision, and setting the intention to be true. And as I peeled away the layers and cleared things out, then I'm finally, now getting to that core. So yeah, be true to you and do what you love.
Awesome. You heard the coach. Be true to you and do and let the beauty of what you love be what you do. Thank you so much for sharing that quote. I'm gonna definitely I'm hopefully I'm able to find it so I can post it so people can see that as well. So thank you so much for that message. We definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, and thank you, Rogers, for this has been an honor. You've got some great guests on your show, and I'm just really honored that you've let me come and meet your audience and share some ideas.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming, and thank you guys for watching us today. This is yet another part of our interview series for Career Coach Talk. We have Coach Angela here with your Coach Rogers Veen. We look forward for hearing your feedback on this episode. Don't forget to reach out to Coach Angela, get her information, take that complimentary call, and we will see you here next time on Career Coach Talk. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for watching today's episode of Career Coach Talk. Are you ready for your next professional version of yourself? Come visit us at mdself.com. Schedule your free consultation or reach out to us via email at coach@mdself.com.